so excited.
Oh, Jesus.
Looking at a boat
Can we say Jesus?
on a
I
Ford.
think we can say Jesus. So, I'll double check.
So what are we doing today, Adam?
Oh, so right now we are wildly unprepared, driving to Rhode Island and then Boston, so that we can look at boats and potentially buy a boat and then sail somewhere. So that's the grandiose plan. God only knows how well that's going to go over. Because if it's anything like the last marina we walked into,
It'll be special.
we're not the smartest bunch.
So today we are going up to Newport, Rhode Island to go look at a 36-foot Pearson. And then we are going to see if there's anything else there that we can look at. And then we're going to go up to Boston and hang out with my buddy Rudy. And then tomorrow we're going to look at a couple more boats closer to the Cape Cod area. And yeah. Pearson 36. We're up at the bow side. Down in chain locker. Some rust and whatnot. And some cracks around this side. Some fractures around these stanchions. Overall solid condition. Definitely needs some scrubbing and some rust work, bright work, obviously. I mean, just little cracks. It's definitely showing its age, but overall good condition. Standing rigging looks pretty solid. Nice big cockpit.
Don't tell him. He's a
What'd I do?
We were talking about the oven and the stove. And I was telling him, so I was saying like, oh, at home we've got one favorite burner. We're just using one burner. He's like, dude, I have one pan. I was like, don't tell that.
I have a couple.
He has
Like 2 or 3. What did you think of the 36-foot Pearson we just looked at?
Well, first impression, it's a beautiful boat. It needs some work, very minor work, paint job, some interior design stuff, but the layout is amazing. Space, especially for the 3 of us, seems like it would be ideal. The quarter berth can fit a whole queen size bed, which is really nice to have for cuddling. Exactly, yeah.
Especially when you're trying to cuddle some Adam.
Exactly. The bathroom looks great. Everything about it really hit all the notes that I care about.
All right. So Adam, what did you think of the Pearson 36 we just looked at?
It's pretty hot.
Turkeys on the street. I've never seen one live, and I've certainly never seen one in the streets, especially not in a major American city. But this is so cool. He's huge. Although, I am kind of curious as to what city turkeys taste like. This is the CNC 35 Mark II. And there's Adam checking stuff out. This is the locker room, if you will.
Something I thought of.
We have the head. And this will actually close off this this front room. Great. And then we have the living room / dining room, kitchen, 3-burner alcohol stove and oven, nice sized refrigerator, bed, engines under here, looks decent, we'll pull that off in a second. Adam also looks decent, but we'll pull that off in a second. And this is our Atomic 4 gas engine. Not thrilled with the idea of having a gas engine, but you know, hey.
And then climb down the ladder the same way you climbed up. Never face that way going down the ladder. Face that way.
Okay. This is the outside of the CNC 35 Mark II. There is a lot of crazing and just some holes in places. We do need to replace the mast boot, but overall nothing that makes me go, oh god, no, please not this. And then there is that, which I'm assuming will take nothing to replace. Massive hatch for air. And the biggest downside is no anchor locker. But, hey, can't out of everything, right? This is a pretty and fast boat.
Well, first impressions are good.
Be honest. Say what's on your mind.
It's definitely not as impressive as the one we saw yesterday. The Pearson 36 was definitely one newer, in better condition, needs less work. But it is more expensive, so the trade-off is we save like $7,000 and still have a nice boat. Like it's not a bad boat at all. I'm happy with it.
All right. That we just looked at.
To be honest, big fan. It's a little older, probably needs a lot more work than the Pearson does. But honestly, at half the price, we just take all of that money we save, have professionals fix it.
Doesn't sound half bad.
Yeah, no, I really didn't hate it. This one was my favorite until we saw the Pearson. It's still right up there.
So I'm a big fan of CNCs, and that one was a pretty nice one. I did not like some of the issues. There was no anchor and chain locker. There was quite a bit of crazing on the deck. There was one spot on the side of the boat on the, what was that, the starboard side. And then there was a little thing with the keel that I would love to have checked out before I would just like to have it checked out. But other than that, it's a fast, sexy boat.
This one and
No, the CNC's storage definitely beats this. Like hands down, 112%. Like the amount of storage and the layout of the storage are just way better. Because like you can open this chair boy right here. Remember when we opened it on the CNC? Yeah. Yeah, just take a hand with that up. So it's hugely smaller, but do you remember the size of both the right and the left on the CNC? So it's not bad. You definitely get quick, cleany shit. That's it. Because the quarter birth is right below. I mean, that one's big. It's still not as big as the other one, but like you could definitely use that for some shit. Like that's sizable, right? But once you come in here, you start looking at again like the kitchen. You start looking at the doors and whatnot. It's like I think that it is just.
I'm guessing
Auto nav is not a guarantee to be able to.
Yeah.
That's
All right, Ed. So, what did you think of the CNC 32 that we just took a look at?
Well, it's beautiful. And it's in the hands of an owner that really loves it. It's taking care of it. So I think, even though it's a little more expensive than the CNC 35 Mark II that we were looking at, it would need less work, which in the end would be kind of nice as well. And it doesn't even feel like a smaller boat, even though it is like 3 feet smaller. So yeah, I mean, I'm all for it. Just need to look at a surveyor.
okay. So
Hey, can you finish with your hair?
oh, I thought you were just filming this whole time.
Oh, no. Yeah, oh, that's perfect. That's beautiful. Okay. So, Adam, what'd you think of the CNC 32 we just took a look at?
I mean, I'm gonna have to agree with that on this one. The 35 probably better. Just spacious, more storage, the whole nine. Like it just felt cozy, but without knowing any of the like inner workings of either of these boats, it's really hard to tell because this one looks in much better condition. Not to say that either of the owners are leaving them to be in disrepair or anything, but it's like we got to talk to this guy. Been sailing since he's 8. He was telling us about like the first boat fully rebuilt from top to bottom, basically. So I wouldn't be shocked if he did the same thing with this. The 35, never met the owner. He's got a brand new nice boat, which is great, but I mean, that doesn't mean much for the one we saw. So, kind of hard to say which is better, but if we got an expert to look at both, I think that might whittle that down a little bit. So, we'll see.